Hey, I'm Luke, and I'm going to show you how I organize all of our files. I sorted links to them in a custom folder structure, which makes them really easy to search for using Alfred or Spotlight. This is just an idea, and if you have any feedback, please let me know. So the problem that I'm trying to solve is WTF, where's that file? Some of the contributing factors to why it's hard is Dropbox. It's not really possible for every employee to have the entirety of Dropbox on their personal machine. In Pixel Cloud, it's not easy to browse all of the files, and you can't search by title, only by author or tag. And then also authorship. It's sometimes difficult to know who was the last designer that worked on each project. The solution? Magic! No, not really. But with the help of Melville Dewey and the Dewey Decimal System, I've created a pretty sweet folder structure. The concept that we're borrowing from the Dewey Decimal System is that all knowledge is divided into 10 divisions. Now, each division can have a subdivision, but the maximum number of subdivisions is 10. Now, we go ahead and create the categories that we divide our files into, and those sections are numbered 1 through 9. And we reserve the first folder, 0, as a general folder. So anything that squarely doesn't fit into our predetermined sections 1 through 9, we put in the first folder or the 0 folder. Okay, let's get to it. I'll show you the folder structure. For our predetermined sections, folders 1 through 8 in this particular case, I've taken the divisions that are already existing inside of Interface Kit and assigned them numbers. So artwork, button, content, input, list, etc., they each get assigned a number. And then the subdivisions that already exist for each of these divisions within Interface Kit, I've also assigned them a number. Artwork only has one subdivision, brand assets, so that is assigned 1. For buttons, there's already 5 pre-existing subdivisions, so I'm just mirroring exactly what is in Interface Kit inside of the folder structure. I'll show you the folder structure now. So here we have artwork, button, content, and all of the sections from Interface Kit. And then inside of each, there are the subdivisions. Every folder has a call number, a period, and a description. If it's a subdivision, then part of the call number will be taken from the parent folder. In this example, admin text is 32 because it's the second folder within content, which has the call number of 3. More on that later. You don't have to worry about the call numbers too much. Just wanted to explain a little bit of what's going on. So 1 through 8 are components, which mirror Interface Kit. Now I've created another section called sections, trying to think of a better name. I've used the physical sections of the app to divide the files physically. So I'll kind of show you what that means. Here are the sections of our app, login, inbox, etc. So what I did was assign a number to each, 1 login, 2 inbox, 3 thread view. These are the basic subdivisions of the app, and you can't really get to thread view without going through inbox or login. So if someone is looking for a file and they don't know the name or the author, they can use the physicality of the app to see where the designs are for that particular section. So example, if we needed to find a design for notifications within the Me tab surface, it would be inside of the Me tab folder and then subdivided into a notifications folder. Now I took the concept a little further and added a 0 folder for all designs or items that deal with what the user interacts with before they have downloaded the app. So App Store screens, advertisements, whatever could go there. And then the last section, 9, could house everything that the user encounters after downloading the app. Perhaps some setting somewhere or a lock screen notification that would only appear if the user has the app installed. Now for each surface, there's a lot of designs that go within each bucket. So, and this is where it gets a little crazy, along with dividing the files by the physicality of the app, of which section you're in, I've also divided it by Y coordinate. Let's say I'm working on a design for this area here, for the toolbar. Now what I did was I divided the screen into 9 sections. Now the names are just arbitrary. The most important things are the numbers, so the number 1 will always be at the top, etc. But any designs dealing with this area where the star is will be in the 9th folder because it's in the 9th section. So if you don't know the name or the author, but you know that it's an inbox view and at the bottom, and it's not a component, it's a test or something else, then it'll be in this area due to its Y position. So if I wanted to find files here, I would go to inbox, which would be 2, and then to footer, which would be 9. So all files that deal with the footer and the inbox would be in a folder with the call number of 29. Let's say you're designing something or programming something that deals with more than just one Y coordinate and it's all kind of all over the place, then that's a general design for inbox, and then that would go inside of the general folder. So if it doesn't fit squarely into one of the subdivisions by Y coordinate, then it'll be inside of the 0 folder. So in this case, it'll be 20 dot. Now just an FYI, by the way, don't worry, you don't have to do anything to maintain this system. Whenever files are uploaded to Pixel Cloud, I make a link and then sort it into the folder structure, or file catalog as I like to call it. The file catalog is filled with links, so it's only about 1 or 2 megabytes, so every person on the team can have access to the file catalog. This is an additional layer of organization that sits on top of what's already existing. You don't have to change the way you organize your files or restructure your folder structure. It's just an extra thing to help out whenever you can't find something. Okay, let's go to some scenarios. Scenario 1 is I need list cell specs and I'm not sure who worked on the latest version. So we'll go to list and then list cells. Inside of each component folder, there will be a MIG folder at the top. This file is the latest interface kit file. If detailed redlines are available, they'll be in a redlines folder underneath the MIG folder. Along with the MIG and redlines folder, any other links by other designers dealing with the list cells will be sorted by author. If you click on the authors folder, each design is sorted by project. There'll be a call number, the author's initials, and an arbitrary serial number, along with the title of the Pixel Cloud document. Most of the time, only one file will be within this folder, but sometimes if there's a prototype plus a design, or if it's something where it has Android and iOS, I'll group them together. From here, you can browse the most recent work, and if MIG isn't up to date, then you know who to contact and ask if their file is the latest, or you can just check it out and see if that's what you're looking for. Okay, scenario 2. You need list cell specs and you're not sure who worked on it. So if I know that I'm looking for list cells, instead of going through the folder structure, even though it's small 2 steps, I'm going to open up Alfred and I'm going to type period, space, list cells. So I can see here that 52 is a parent folder. Having the period there makes it easy to search within the file catalog without having to know the call number. So you just put period to trigger a file catalog search and then put in the description. Now at the bottom it says 52LC1, so that means the second item has initials in it, so you know that that's a designer's work. And the one without initials is a parent folder, so if I just want to see everything that's going on with list cells, then I'll just go to the one without initials. And then I can see everything that is in there. So it's very easy to jump to a child folder with just one search. Okay, so scenario 3, I want to see all things list cells. What I'll do is I'll open up Alfred, type period, and then list cells. Once I know the call number of the component folder, I'll just search for that. It's going to give me everything that's going on with list cells, and I'll just go through it. Secondary settings by Jamie, primary settings by Alice, and red lines are available. So you can get a quick glance of what's going on just by searching for the main call number. Scenario 4 is if you want to see all things list cells and then open up a bunch of stuff rather than just browse it with Alfred. I'll show you how to do that. I use EasyFind to search through the Finder rather than use the default Finder search. It's just a little bit easier in my opinion, but feel free to use whatever you want. So I'll go ahead and open up Alfred and I'll type list cells, find the component folder, and then I'll open it with EasyFind and I'll search for .weblog. From here, it'll give me a list of every single link within the list cells component folder. I can sort by location and then open up just the files that I want. So let's say all the work from Jamie and Alice, I'll select all of those files and then open them up, and they'll open up in Chrome and I can browse through them visually. The last one is scenario 5. Let's say you're looking for profile something. You're not sure exactly where it is and you want to search across the entire file catalog. I'll show you how that works. So if I open up Alfred and I search for .space profile, I can use context clues such as the parent folder and the call number to find exactly what I'm looking for. So I'll show you what the results look like. So if I search the word profile, I'll get a variety of results. You're not able to search by term in Pixel Cloud, so this is one of the main differences. So if I'm looking for profile photos, I can use the parent folder and see, it's inside of the profile photos component folder. If I'm looking for contextual profiles regression test, something fancy that Haley is doing, I know it has to deal with thread views, then I can click there and find out more. And that's basically it. If you have any feedback or ideas or any suggestions, I love talking about this stuff and organizing things. If you like this idea, I think it's pretty interesting because we could apply it to every app that we do here at Facebook. So if the Messenger teams and Instagram teams start working together, there'll be something in place so other teams can know where the files are, where the designs are, without knowing who exactly worked on them. And then they can use the physicality of the app to see who worked on what section and then reach out to that person and talk about those designs where they might not have known that information before. They'd have to ask or be told by word of mouth. Just an idea, but let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.